All right, leverage. Taking a little bit more time here than I intended, so I'll go going to speed it up a little bit. Run the J. This is something that a great coach named Sean Larkins taught me. He's at Ole Miss. We're talking about leverage, so it's not so much the keeping or losing leverage. Everyone understands that stuff, but we really think that helping the players understand how to fix their problems is really helpful. When you have something that's bad, know how to not make it worse. And that's where this comes in. Basically, if this player is supposed to be a right side player and he's losing leverage on the ball, we don't want to give up that vertical seam. So don't panic and don't go chase your job and expand out there wide. Instead, we'd rather take away that vertical seam as we pursue. So this would be a good example. This previous one is a bad example. Hopefully you can see the difference. We're basically taking away the cutback or the vertical seam as we're going to get go make our play. Still trying to make the tackle. You're just trying to do it in a way that's helpful for everyone else in the coverage. Jersey number 2 is going to do a good job of this right here. He's protecting the field, but he's going to lose leverage. This ball is pressing sideways. He does a nice job slowing down, not letting the ball cut back, understanding it's not the end of the world. If I lose my leverage, it'll be okay because this ball is going to have to run sideways or bubble backwards. We'll be in good shape. Another thing that we find ourselves saying a lot to our guys is, as you lose leverage, it's going to happen, but you can't panic, because when you panic, you take your problem and you make it a problem for everyone else, because now the ball's cutting vertical in an area that we didn't expect to be defending. This guy right here, 83, is doing a nice job. He's as we look at it, a bottom side leverage player. This ball's pressing this way. At this point in the play, he's pretty much lost his leverage, but he's going to slow down and force that ball to continue sideways or bubble, make it run out of bounds. So hopefully that concept makes sense. When we talk about the cliff, that's our way of saying the level of the ball. A lot of guys use this on offense and defense. It's just a kind of a mentally sticky way of saying the level of the ball. It's just a concept where the ball is being punted or the ball is being returned to help guys keep the ball inside and in front. Kind of imagine that the returner is right on the edge of a cliff. As you get close to it, by understanding that, you're going to know, okay, I got to start bending to stack this block, or I need to slow my feet, or I need to get ready to finish as a blocker, whatever it might be. So this is just kind of a mental image that we teach to the guys that we've found helps them understand this. Here's an example here of some field coverage and a return, fitting up these blocks, but being conscientious of not overrunning the play. They're understanding where the level of the ball is and knowing that that thing is going to come to them and it's going to get there sooner than they expect. That's how most special teams plays are. We can do a better job gaining ground right here, but by doing that, we're going to make sure that we're all on the cliff and no one is behind the ball. So basic football that everyone coaches, everyone understands, but we do try to present it in a way that's just for us has been helpful for guys grasping it. Here's a bad example. There's the ball. Don't go past the level of the ball. Well, yeah, don't go off the cliff. That thing is coming at you fast. We need to bend and stack this thing. Otherwise, you're going to end up going off like that, and now you're useless to the play, and you created a void right there. Let's skip that one. All right, using the sideline, something huge in special teams just because of the amount of space that you're working with. I'm going to just go to the clips so I can make sure to hit those, because I think they're probably better than the slides. The bottom line is we want our guys to understand that as the ball gets wider, my leverage, my fit is going to get tighter. So as the ball gets wider, as in to the right in this case, my fit on the ball needs to get tighter. So like all these guys are right side leverage players, like most kickoff teams are. But as the ball has gotten really wide, well, we don't really want all 5 guys with right side leverage. We're going to understand that our fits are now going to be more the very furthest outside guy might be on that hip, and then we might be head up, and then now we might be on the inside hip there, understanding that if we can stop the ball from getting vertical and then send it to the boundary, then great things are going to happen for us. Here's a great clip of guys just understanding what can beat you when that ball gets out there in that area. Generally speaking, like, we don't want guys covering out here. We call that the dead zone. There's not a lot of great things that happen that we've seen in our conference when you're covering and you're out there close to those ticks on the sideline. Another good example, this ball's beautifully punted, nice and wide outside the numbers. So we should have virtually every player on the field is either fitting this ball head up or from the field, because there's not enough grass over here to defend. It doesn't make sense to have anyone in between the ball and the boundary. And the only guy that was over there in this case got wide and passed the ball on the sideline and ended up out of the play. So this is really good by 35 and a nice job by 23. He's being really, really reluctant to get out there into that dead zone, fighting pressure with pressure, making sure that we keep